Hello, I'm Colonel Failure, and welcome to Digital Traffic Jenga, otherwise known as Cities Skylines. The reason for this comparison is if you go out of your way to try and fix one area of your precarious traffic tower, you'll find that it falls down somewhere else. So what have we done recently? So this roundabout, recently added, has created this desirable route into town. I've mucked about with the traffic lights here a little bit, hasn't worked. What I have done is pretty much unclogged this hexagon. Hooray, and yet boo. Equally, where else did I do this kind of inspired cleverness? So the gigantic wall of garbage trucks persists still. However, we've stuck a couple of options in with regards to alternate routes. As you can see, some of these guys taking right now will thread through to try and get to the parts where the waste actually builds up. Now, at this time of their cycle, that's not a problem at all. But later on, you'll see that this forms an enormous queue that goes back until pretty much the end of time. Equally, we connected up over here to try and alleviate the garbage problems over here, and yeah, look at this enormous queue. In fact, it's so enormous is the queue, it makes me go, well, you know, just makes me despair a little. So yeah, that's tricky to say the least. They're not alone, and I mean, part of the problem is the amount of one-way systems I've created in order to try and alleviate problems in the first place. I think this is possibly the most severe we have, and this is the primary route out of town. Now, I'm hoping to be able to fix that through methods, which is creating a massive knock-on effect at this hexagon. Now, I put traffic lights on it at a couple of the junctions. I think I originally put them at these two. Whether they're still traffic lit, let's have a quick check. That one certainly is, and that one is not. I also created a couple of bypass routes. So if you're coming all the way around this kind of loose roundabout here, you can cut across in order to get onto this freeway. Equally, if your desire is to go down there, you can get off a junction early. Ditto in the other direction. Some people do it, not many do. It hasn't changed much apart from making this mutant hexagon, you know, slightly more unsightly. Oh well, such is life. Can't be helped. The good news, however, is we have blasted through 50,000 population. We've now got 57,000 people on board. But garbage is a problem. It's a real problem. Having a centralised service is doing us a disservice, effectively. And, you know, if I had my wits about me even slightly, I probably would have spotted that. Never mind. We press on because that's how we roll. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to need a few more services setting up. I think power we're probably... Oh no, actually power we're not doing brilliantly. Water we're just about holding firm at the moment, so they need shoring up a little. But when I describe this game as a traffic management sim, I'm not just trying to generate cheap laughs. It really is. It's a game about getting your traffic right. And you know what? That floats my boat. So what I'm going to try and do is hopefully alleviate some of the problems we've got going on here by creating a bridge across in both directions over here, and hooking it up in such a way that it can also provide an out. So what I'm trying to do is stop some of the traffic coming in down here, because these trucks that have just got off the cargo ferry, in fact there's one coming in, and I love to see these guys handbrake turn. There we go. Kaboom. Love it. Yeah, making full use of the starboard thrusters there to get in on good time. So yeah, so these trucks have got off the ferry. Some of them are going elsewhere, but we do have a number. Actually, they're all going to go a different direction now that I'm looking for it. We do have a good number that try and get back into the city over here in order to deliver to this major retail area. So I'm hoping to alleviate some of that traffic flow first and foremost. But more importantly, I'm trying to relieve some of this that's going on here. Now, I have considered removing this on-ramp right here, which is the most severe trouble causing, and replacing it with one onto the freeway here, which should dissuade some of this traffic from actually taking this on-ramp in the first place, because they want to go over there. And basically threading through an alternate route, or maybe threading over an alternate route. I don't like it. It's pretty ugly. I mean, this area I have redeveloped more times than anything else, and it still isn't working. So the upshot is I'm going to have to think of another plan, and I haven't got it in mind yet. So stay tuned for that. I'm sure that'll probably work itself out. Actually, it might not do me any harm. What do we got here? Anything important? No, not particularly. So I'm going to try this. Let's... will you happily spur off over there? I know this is going to demolish a couple of people, but needs must and all that. Right, so let's create another on-ramp here. Well, it's not even an on-ramp, is it? In fact, let's turn it into an on-ramp. Now, I don't expect this to get used too much, but it might just cheer up some of the traffic flow. In fact, look, there goes a garbage truck right now. That's, you know, that's almost worth the price of admission just for that. Because if this works even slightly, it should deter some people from queuing here and allow them to peel off, having gone along this one-way street here. And given that this half of the roundabout is largely unused, that's not too big a problem. There we go. We've got a couple of cars using it, and frankly, any car that uses a different route to Route A is cheering traffic up in some fashion. So yeah, I think that might. It's all about helping a little bit. If you try and fix everything all in one hit, you're going to end up disappointed. Have we got traffic lights on there? No. Then what the hell are you waiting for? Oh, you're probably stuck behind the fire engine. Fair enough, I'll allow it. And actually, having traffic lights on this section here don't do us any harm, because we've got bad enough queues going down there anyway. So, enough talk, more action. Right, bridge. Now, where is going to be the best place to do it? So if we had an inn going over here, it's bad news for our power generation, but I need to move that. Well, I need to increase it. Yeah, let's have a... Okay, well, I can afford a solar power plant, and that will certainly see us cheerful in the future. Must be placed roadside. Well, okay. Well, I can put it here. Nobody needs to get to it. So, what if I were to... Let's just put a little something road. Just a very basic little road coming off here. Give me the wiggler. I know, you're thinking, why are you building such an ugly road? What's the matter with you? Plenty of things are the matter with me, thank you for asking. Right, actually, what I'll also do is, that was two-way, wasn't it? Yeah, okay, right. I'm going to see if this can help a few of our problems. Right, we're not going to turn this area here into anything other than kind of a service area. So, I want to get... Oh, come on, play the game. Alright, okay, I want to get a road in a straight line so that I can actually build that flaming thing. First and foremost, so let's bang that out. Right, and then, Mr. Solar Plant, start with the solar. Yes, indeed. Right, it's kicking out 198. Well, that'll keep us in power for us a while, make everybody a little happier. Good. We are overproducing, so I can crop the budget a smidge. Not that I really need to, but it's good. Actually, the reason to cut to cut the budget is because it allows you to inflate the budget again later. And you might go, well, what? And I say, well, no, look, you save a little bit of money right now, and if you need to suddenly inject a little bit more power into your proceedings, then you have the means to do so. And the other thing I'm going to stick out here is I'm going to stick a dump, one dump and one dump only, and yeah, one incinerator. Okay, so we're going to make a little bit more power out here. In fact, let's have a quick look at the power network. Yeah, that's all connected. But hopefully, because this is routing garbage trucks in a slightly different way, we'll end up in a situation where we're taking traffic off the road from Garbage Central. And in fact, the queue here isn't too severe at the moment, which makes a change. While you were absent, I added a couple more metro routes to also try and alleviate traffic. I doubt they're going to make a major difference. In fact, what else I'm going to stick out here? I'm going to stick a flaming cemetery. I'm going to go see Grandma. She's buried next to the solar array. I tell you, if my kids are watching right now, feel free to bury me next to the solar array. Yeah, and we'll bang a crematorium on there as well. Shall we? Well, you might as well. Okay. All right. So yeah, I mean, this is kind of overkill to get rid of our major issues, but that basically means that the only things that will be using this road are an occasional hearse and an occasional garbage truck. We'll see. Anyway, right, that's power sorted. Let's have a look at this bridge. So if I were to... Yeah, I do. Yeah, I certainly do. And that one. And this one. And that one. We should still be good for power. What are we talking here? 749. We need 713. Any more for any more? Any more drop? Nope, that's good. All right, smashing. Oh, we've just busted through 60,000 population. That's fun. Okay, right. We're going to put... do I put two-way or one-way road on here? So my thinking is that I'll put one road going in on this one, right? Because it leads onto the one-way section that goes around the outside of the retail park. And then we'll have another one coming back off. So they're not going to be joined together. They'll be, separated, but... but they should do good things. All right, we'll try it one way to start with. There is a high chance I'll regret this, but hey, that's if you're not going to play, then why even bother? Now this of course raises the question of, do ships give a damn if your bridge is not a certain height? Well, look, given that that's just going to work first time, let's bash it out there. Oh, I don't care if you're happy or not, and see what sort of uptake we get. Probably not much right now because this area is still under development, but that's not an unattractive bridge. That is also way too low for a ship to get underneath. Right? If I was designing this game, I would say, no, your ship's going to be able to get underneath. So I'm going to build that again. Right, up a bit. Maybe up a bit more. What do we think? Yeah, let's go up a bit more. Slope is too steep. It wasn't a minute ago. There we go. Right, and then keep it static in height. Get as far as there, and then connect it back up. Right, let's have a look. It's going to be a bit. Whoa, hold on. That's not the design I had in mind. Let me have another crack at that. Hell, I've got the money. I mean, the money is not a concern. Right, okay. It was possibly because... Yeah, you see, what happened is this blue... The blue kind of pathing thing underneath made it look like the bridge was getting taller. Which was not what I was after. Slope is too steep. Slope is steep is too slope. Bummer. Right, well, let's not go quite as far forward then. Let's go as far as there. Maybe there? Maybe there. There you go. Right, here comes a ship. Oh, look, like it was meant to be. Beautiful. Okay, that was up 2, wasn't it? Yeah, certainly felt like it. Right, okay, up 2. There's someone going across, look. Better than that, it's a police car. Someone useful. Go and arrest villains, my friend. Go and take them to justice. Okay, that's splendid. Now, what I don't know right now is whether this is just going to feed onto this god-awful traffic jam here. Where did he go? I think this is him down here. I took my eyes off him. Alright, hold on, let's follow the next one. That's a hearse. Yeah, I'm very keen to see where this hearse goes. You, I'm following you. Do not contribute to a traffic jam, lest I be displeased. Well, he's certainly in the wrong lane to try and get onto a slip road. He's picking up a dead person from a general store. He's probably had that ordered in for a couple of weeks. Thank you very much. Yeah, okay, right. He's in the general traffic wanting to get to the retail area. That is good. So, yeah, I mean, understanding where traffic is trying to get to is kind of critical to alleviating your traffic problems. Once you have managed to get people where they want to go in the most effective way possible, you can high-five yourself and say, I have fixed my problems. Okay, he's taken a very long route here. Where do we think he's going? Where does he think he's going? More importantly, right, roundabout. Oh, of course, the roundabout goes the wrong way. Where the hell are you going? Why would you take this route? You came across the bridge. You were already on this side of the water. And this is two-way. Okay, well, that's not what I foresaw at all. That is not what I had in mind. Why would you do this? This is all two-way road. You could have come up here. Oh no, he's still heading to a general store. You heading to this general store, and you came across the bridge. You, sir, are a giant jackass. I wish you to know this. Right, I'm just stop following him. He's just depressing me. Okay, right. So now we'll do the same coming back in the other direction, and I imagine we'll see just as many unnecessary journeys being made. First off, however, I'm gonna plug a couple. Yes, I know I just deleted these, but I didn't know how much space I'd need, so I'm gonna plug them back in. Now they're not getting optimum power there, but I don't mind that. You know, a change of 1 or 2 kilowatts. Are they kilowatts or megawatts we're measuring in here? I would imagine it's megawatts, isn't it? Yeah. 1 or 2 megawatts isn't gonna break the bank. Okay, so next we'll do the same coming back the other way. Space is already occupied. What's it occupied by? Oh, you're trying to overlay a turbine. Let's have a look at that. That's not high enough. Okay, right. No. Look, come on, trigger-happy, flaming bulldozer man. Let's do that. Then up to. That's good. Right now, get across the water. Avoid the containers, the passenger dock there, and clip on. Okay, so we've gone one way in both directions. This is allowing an additional out. Now, if this pays off, we'll get queues happen down here, which is not brilliant, but it will pull people away from this queue here. And, you know, I'd like to say that that's already reducing, but I don't quite believe that that's the case. Okay. Anyway, these two are going to come into their own in terms of usefulness once we actually start expanding over here. But for the time being, the only expansion I want to do is let's add a bit more housing up here. Now, of course, me being me, I've left absolutely no space to expand the housing. Right, let's... I don't want to do it there. I don't want to do it anywhere, to be honest. It's just going to create traffic problems. Hey, people, I'll build you more... Hold on, what's going on here? Why are we short of water? Because you haven't built more water yet, and you said you were going to. You raise a valid point. Yeah, okay, make someone homeless. Get it done. Right, then network that chap up to something useful. That'll do. And pump! 778 consumption. We've now got 900,000 capacity. That should be plenty. And I'm not going to monkey with the budget, neither. You know, I realise 6 minutes have passed since I last suggested that that was a good thing to do, but now I'm not going to, and you can't stop me. All right, smashing. No one's using this bridge yet. It'll come into its own. I am almost convinced of this. What is going on with this? Right, let's pick a random car. Where are you heading? You're going to Nylons Galore. You're a highly educated adult, but you haven't figured out how to use public transport. Well, I'm not going to... Alright, you're driving to work. Alright, okay. Let's rapido this, because it's going to take me a little while to follow you otherwise. In fact, I don't need to follow you, alright? What we can do here is... Can I drag you out? No, I can't. You reside at the Spring Residence, which is... here. Okay, you're going to Nylons Galore, which is where you work, which is here. Right, okay. So, that's flaming miles away. Is there nowhere else you could work? Okay, right, so, given that, then taking the freeway to get there is probably a good call. I just need to get her there faster. Now, there are bus services going out there, and obviously, you know, they're contributing to traffic chaos. Let us, you and I, do something dramatic over here. Let's just do something dramatic and probably ineffective over here. If we bash that, just, you know... Find a way for it to work, my friend. Don't make me redevelop the whole area, because that wouldn't be a great thing to happen. Okay, right, a more radical upgrade is required here. All right, let's slower back down. In fact, let's pause the young lady entirely. I don't know why all of a sudden the game is a young lady, but there you go. Right, let's kill all of this rubbish. And you, get out of it. And that. Probably back on there. And this, and this. Okay, right, so what we're going to want to do is, I mean, we're basically going to replace what we just had. But let's up the tempo a little, shall we? Let's make this a more desirable path for people to take. So we don't need to go as far as there, but then we can bridge over the train, then back down. Okay. So far, I'm not seeing any solutions here. I'm just seeing a fatter road. Okay, right, so, and then we will do something with a road that is fabulous in its simplicity. Ah, rather like that. Okay, good. That should provide quite a tantalising choice for these chaps here, and with a bit of luck it will mean they'll come up in a different lane, which will also be helpful. Alright, then we want to go from here. Can we do this in such a way that we don't demolish this nice big building that is evolved? Signs point to yes. Alright, and then connect you back up. No, you built that the wrong way. You built that the wrong way. That's an inroad. Which means no traffic lights. Okay, is that everything? That's everything. Okay, right, unpause. And watch the success. This is what we're looking at here. How many cars want to use this glamorous slip road rather than queue for the rest of their natural lives going over here? How many cars? Any cars at all? Now you do have to wait a little while for these things to take off because people have to actually decide on that route when they leave home in the morning, don't they? Yeah, definitely takes a couple of minutes. Definitely a couple of minutes. Doesn't happen straight away. I may be tempted to say doesn't happen at all. Ironically, this queue does seem to have shortened itself a little bit. But nobody wants to use that in the slightest. So does this mean all of this traffic, none of this traffic actually wants to go that way on the freeway? This would surprise me. I would be... There goes one. There. That one. I bet it was a garbage truck. It looked like a garbage truck. Okay, one person went. Any more? Anybody else? Ride on the future. No? Not so much? Screw you guys. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Since you've been watching, we have sailed past 60,000 people living in our town. We're now up to 63,000. Pretty good stuff. The fight against traffic is going to be an ongoing one. Oh, hold on, what's going on here? I've completely segregated. It says segregated, separated that. Let's give it some of that. There you go. Sorry about that, chaps. Didn't mean to cut you off from civilization. Yeah, I know. You'd probably spotted that already and were fiercely typing up your comment already. But fortunately I noticed. Right, next time, more expansion. Oh, we've got some big stuff going on. That's nice. It's a mega shopping centre. Well, you're in the mega shopping centre. So I should Coco. Right, yeah, thank you for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I will be back later with more. Cheerio.